Hey, Rag on Beer viewers. Happy homebrew, maybe Wednesday. Who knows when I'll put this out. Um, this is just a quick update video for yeah. I'm hoping that I've gotten. I'm nearing the end of my vacation, and I'm hoping that I'll have finished that you'll be seeing this video after the videos for the beers I actually have on tap. But I don't know. Maybe you've already seen the video for this. This is the Dip Hop Oat Pale Ale. Man, that's drinking so nice. I really like this. I'm gonna have to. This was just a recipe I threw together, um, just to get rid of some old hops that I bought during the pandemic, and some old malt I bought during maybe even pre-pandemic. It's basically just clearing out the freezer with this one, and it turned out so good. I'm gonna have to start tweaking this recipe. Maybe make it like my go-to pale ale. Yeah. So upgrades to the brewhouse. I didn't do any brewing during my vacation. I don't think that I will. There's two reasons for that. First reason is that I had all four taps full, and I realized that I I don't drink the beer. I don't drink my beer fast enough, and I'm afraid that if I brew any more while I still have all four taps relatively completely full, that I'll just have beer sitting around everywhere. Because I went, I mean, harder than normal because I was on vacation, so I didn't have to go to work. So I was maybe having a few more pops every night than I normally would. Um, and still I have hardly made a dent in my beer reserve. And two, because there's a homebrew competition coming up, that was announced. It's from I was going to say local brewery, but it depends on your definition of local. It's a brewery that's on the other side of Denmark, but still probably within local distance by like American standards. Um, but anyway, they hold a big homebrewing. I think it's only one of two homebrewing competitions in Denmark, and they're doing beers. They want them in by end of September. So I'm putting off brewing because I kind of want to brew for that. Um, yeah. So, but I want them to be a bit fresher. So I've got plenty of beer for now, and I think I'm gonna sit down and actually come up with some good recipe. Or I think one of the recipes I'm gonna send is my dry Irish stout, which is probably my favorite beer that I make, and I would love to get some feedback on it because every time I tweak the base, my like locked in recipe, every time I try and tweak it, I sort of feel like I make it worse. So maybe a third, maybe somebody else can give me some ideas on how to like improve upon it. So I think I'm going to do that. The problem is that they only do like two different categories. One is the technical category, where you have to send in a beer to style, and that's the Danish style guidelines, which are pretty strict. And they can only be IPA, porter stout, and what was it, pale Belgian. And then they have the creative category, which is basically whatever you want. You just have to have a story for it. You have to write up some backstory. So I think that the dry Irish, because it's kind of the rye that I put in it, is off style for a dry Irish stout. I would have to enter that in the creative, which is kind of a bummer because I would have liked to have made something crazy for the creative. But maybe I'll brew a straight ahead beer. I haven't tried my hand at doing a color in the lines by the numbers by the book style recipe in a while. So maybe I'll do that. But anyway, updates. I have got some stuff in the works for upgrading the brewery. Um, One of them is right here actually. You can see. Oh, it's full of crap. That was heavier than I thought it was going to be. I bought these. So I wanted to make a grain mill cart for a grain storage cart with a mill integrated into it that I can mill my grain into. Um, just for more ease of use of my grain mill. And I was originally going to just build something, and I actually went to the hardware store to pick up lumber to build my own, like, basically a cart, custom made for. I have there on the other side of that. I'm not going to grab. I mill into these. I keep grain and I mill grain into these IKEA bins, and I was going to build something to hold them. But then I was at the hardware store and they had these bins, which I'm not gonna lie to you. A friend of mine who has like a nano brewery, like 5-6 years ago when I was visiting this brewery, he was like, "These are the bins. These are for grain. These are grain storage. They're perfect. This is what you should be using." And at the time, I was like, "Oh, they're really expensive." But I finally, 6 years later or whatever, however long it was, now I bit the bullet and I bought them. So and they fit under the whatchamacallit, the countertop over there. So, and I've cut this plate that goes on top. This is gonna have the grain mill on it, and once I router it down, it's gonna kind of fit in there, and then it's gonna have the grain mill, and it's gonna be able to mill directly in. And then when I want to store it, I can store it away under the countertop by flipping it so the grain mill just goes down into the bins. And then there's extra bins that they're stacked on, for actually storing, like, I don't know, recipes or other, like, specialty grain and stuff. And it's all on wheels. Sorry, my wife came out and she needs my tallness for she's painting inside and she needs me to help hang some drop cloths up. She didn't realize that. She's like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" Yeah, so the grain cart is one, but probably an even bigger one that I have planned that I kind of want to get done this weekend before. This is something I've been scheming about for forever. Is just to get water in here. So right now I have a drain over there that's connected to the sewer. But there's no water line because there's an old water line out here, but the plumber has said that it was for a radiator, so it's and he won't, like, no plumber will touch it, and there's a lot of specific stuff about plumbing here. Um, so that is kind of a no go on that one. So what I've decided to do is that I'm just gonna right now. What I do is I just pull the hose in through the door there, and then hook the chiller and stuff up to it, and use it to clean the at the end. But what I want is a sink and the whole deal. So what I did is I bought this piece of galvanized water pipe. You can see it's threaded on each end, 1/2 inch threading. And what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna bore a hole through the side of the brew house over by where the drain is. We're just gonna put this through, and then on the outside is just gonna be a hose connector on there, that the garden hose can go into. And then I bought this double connector that's gonna be on the inside. And I'm gonna quick connect my chiller to one side so I can have my chiller going, and then I'm gonna eventually get a sink and I'm gonna rig it up so that the other connector that it runs off of hose connectors. Bought some ball valves too for to be able to turn the water off if I needed to. And yeah, so that's gonna be one of the big things I kind of want to get done before my vacation's up. So hoping to do it either tomorrow or Saturday. It's Thursday today? Thursday, yeah. And yeah, get water out here. That'll be really awesome to just be able to connect the hose to the outside. It'll be especially good in the winter when it sucks to have the door open and the hose in. And then I got to start shopping for a sink. And yeah, the hose is gonna be fine. I mean, obviously, it would be amazing if I could get drinking water, like fresh water from the house, out here somehow, but that's kind of not in the cards right now. So just using the hose water, I'm not going to brew with the water. It's just going to be used for cleaning and for chilling. So I feel like that's really gonna help me on brew days is to have the water source that doesn't have to be pulled in through the door and then the door kind of jammed over it. I think that'll be really nice to have the water come in through the wall, and then I can also permanently mount my chiller, which will also be nice to kind of get it off of the countertop. I'm going to mount it under the countertop, and then fix um, the hot water out to the wall and down into the drain, so it's just always draining into. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, those are. Oh, and I bought some wall shelving for my fermenters. That's gonna go on the other wall over there. I'll show you that some other time. We're gonna keep this one short. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. So yeah, I have. I'll probably be doing the brews for that competition in mid-August. So we've got that coming up. The Irish Stout, and I'll probably do. My brain says that I should do something like this. I'll have a tough time. I'll have to check with the Danish style guidelines how strict they are, but IPA is on there, so I'm thinking about doing some kind of a West Coast IPA. This could easily be modified into a West Coast um, recipe. And yeah, all right. Let's hope that I've got something more interesting for before this. But I wanted to get a short status recorded for when I'm back at work and I'm busy again. Just to let you guys know what I was planning on and hopefully got done. Anyway, cheers, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.